learned about the importance of making a good first impression when you come in for an interview. An entire module in the second course of this specialization was devoted to that. And the reason is simple. Most recruiters say that interviews are won and lost in the first 3 to 5 minutes of an in-person meeting. In a phone interview, the principle is the same, but here it's the first 15 seconds that either make or break the interview. And just like a firm handshake is important for an in-person interview, a strong phone handshake is important for a phone interview. Even though you don't get the opportunity to look the interviewer in the eyes and shake hands, a phone handshake can be just as effective. It's a way to establish rapport. So what should you do during your phone handshake? Start with an enthusiastic, energetic greeting. Hello, how are you, Mr. Interviewer? Put a smile on your voice and be enthusiastic. Enthusiasm and excitement are the biggest selling points of candidates talking on the phone. Many recruiters say this translates directly over to their performance and work ethic. A brief bit of small talk establishes rapport. You might check the weather in the area code the interviewer is calling from and ask, "Oh, I see the weather in your area today is beautiful." Or check the web and see if the organization has made news lately. "Hey, I see your organization made a big announcement last week." Such small talk helps both of you feel more comfortable as the conversation progresses. Let the opening run its pace. Let the interviewer take the lead. The small talk should last no more than a minute or two, but don't neglect it. Ron Fry, an acknowledged authority who's conducted thousands of interviews, tells of deciding against candidates simply because they don't want to spend any time building rapport. They just want to jump right into the interview, which makes many interviewers uncomfortable. After all, they're human too. Get to know the person behind the voice. Does he show a sense of humor? Is she direct and forthright in supplying information? Does it sound like the interviewer is reading from a script? Or does his or her speech sound fresh and natural? As the conversation progresses, do you get the feeling that the interviewer is listening or merely waiting for the chance to ask the next question? The interview is not just your chance to make a strong first impression, but also your first opportunity to form an impression of the hiring organization. As the conversation goes on, the interviewer will be listening carefully for 3 factors. First, do you convey a sincere interest in the job? Are you enthusiastic about the position? Second, do you effectively verbalize your qualifications? Do you use the language of your field in describing your experience? Do you convey real-world competencies? Third, how aggressively do you pursue the position? Are you using benefit statements that focus on how you can meet the needs of the employer? Do you demonstrate your research? These 3 factors come across through your voice. Your voice reflects your personality. A well-modulated, controlled voice communicates authority. It heightens the impact of your phone personality. But here are some tips to enhance that personality. Number 1, talk directly into the mouthpiece. Hold the microphone about 3 inches from your mouth, not below your chin or above your nose. Speak in a relaxed conversational style as though the other person were in the same room, not on the other side of the planet. Number 2, avoid sitting in a hunched position or clenching the phone. This will just add stress to your voice. Try standing. It opens your diaphragm to a smoother airflow and a feeling of liveliness. Try moving around. That instills a relaxed, conversational manner to your speech. Number 3, pay attention to the interviewer's voice patterns. Does the interviewer speak slowly or quickly? Try to match the rhythm and pace so that the conversation flows smoothly. Number 4, sound like someone you would like to meet in person. If you had a lousy day, put it aside. Genuine enthusiasm is contagious. After all, the interviewer may have had a bad day too. Number 5, be a conversationalist. Listen closely. Allow the interviewer to complete questions without blurting out answers. The purpose of the interview is to identify areas of mutual interest that warrant further investigation. So pique the interviewer's curiosity. Give him or her a good reason to invite you in for a face-to-face conversation. Professional speakers exercise their voices before speaking, and so can you. Practice different tones and pitches before your interview. ... Or better yet, even sing aloud. Singing will stretch out your voice muscles and also give you the energy you need to ace the phone interview. Singing also lowers your stress level, leaving you excited and ready for your interview. It puts you into a good mood and lightens your heart. Only in a face-to-face interview can your personality totally shine. In a phone interview, your voice has to carry your personality. Do everything you can to let your voice convey who you are and the great promise you hold. In the next lessons, you'll get tips for doing just that.